off, I'll let you go through this, and I'll make sure as everybody's popping their email in that I go ahead and get everybody the board while you're going.
Yeah, sounds good. So again, you guys, tonight we are just going to run through some easy steps and give you some tips and tricks on how we have learned and some tricks that we've gotten from top leaders, from corporate, how to make our life easier, right? We all feel like we are on information overload a lot of the time, and sometimes that paralyzes us. So we don't do anything. And that's the worst thing that we can do for our business is not do anything. We want you to succeed. So we need you to do, you know, the actions and something for your business, right? So tonight we are going to, again, we're going to help you share your story, find out who you are, how to write it a few different ways, and how to add in a little bit more of interaction to your page and your friends list. Just have fun with it and be you, right? Everybody's story and journey is completely different. So finding you and finding how to have fun with your story is really the joy out of sharing our story, right? Because then we are relating not only on our good times, but the downfalls that we have in our life too, the obstacles that we have overcome, but then also the fears that we had when we joined too, right? Because not everybody joins and just thinking that we're a magical unicorn and we're going to go straight to the top. Maybe we did, and kudos, right? And you're going to, right? Because you are a unicorn and you will go to the top when you put in that action. But sometimes we let our fears and our stinking thinking and our BS, right? Belief system, which is completely limiting beliefs that are absolutely false, okay? Hinder us. So tonight we're just going to squash some of those and have a simple setup for you to understand that writing out your story isn't scary. It doesn't have to be intimidating, and it can be super quick and beneficial for you. Okay, want to go to the next slide? I don't think I have control of the slides, Madeline. There you go. All right, so writing your story, how to come up with your story. So right now, we're going to take a few minutes. Grab your phone, the note section, piece of paper, whatever. But I want you to write down in a few sentences what was life like before, and what is life like right now, and what do you want to accomplish in the next few months. And in this time while you're writing, you want to incorporate, you know, your lifestyle, you want to incorporate who you are, you want to share your personal touches. I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, I used to be a hairstylist. Now I get to work Mondays at home on an evening with friends, and we get to write out our story and we get to share who we are and where we're going. And I get to be on a Zoom with 19 other people, and we just get to be who we are. Something super simple, right? What was life like before? I was working 2 double shifts. I was not at home. I wasn't able to cook dinner for my kids. I wasn't able to put them to bed. By the time I got off of work, my kids were already asleep. That was my Monday night life before it works. So those are just some, um, a little bit of options that, or what inspiration, right? Just my tips, my story. Um, how how often do you share your story? So I share mine daily 2 times because the people who see it in the morning will not be the people who see it in the evening, 9 times out of 10. The people who see it in the evening won't be the ones who saw it in the morning, right? So I share it 2 times simply because there are different people on at different times, but then also sharing our stories on our story slides is also super important too. And anytime we are writing out our story, always, 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 always add in the IDS, income disclosure statement, and be loud and proud of that picture because it shows where you can go. And it shows people who are not affiliated with us, like, dang, triple diamonds can make that. Dang, rubies can make that much. Like, I could barely make that working full time at my retail job, right? So if I can make $500, income disclosure below, I mean, hello. Okay, so giving potential to your potentials. That's what your story is doing. It's inviting them into your world. It's saying, hey, this is where I was. I was struggling. I was broke. I wanted extra. And this is where I am now. I'm living a little extra beyond my means. I'm working towards more. And I get to help other people do the same. Would you want to join in with me too? It is only $49 right now until tomorrow morning to get started with me. Message me or drop in the comments income, right? Call to action. They'll always have a call to action. Okay, Madeline. Okay, you're already on it over here. So this task should take fairly quickly, 10 minutes tops, okay? On doing your story. Again, this is just a little bit more detail. What was it like before? Why did you join? What have you or will you accomplish with the opportunity? What will it let you do? What can you pay? Can you buy groceries? Can you put $20 in gas this week? Can you take your kid out to McDonald's for lunch? And you guys, the littlest things are going to be way more relatable than I just went out and bought a Mercedes, right? Then I just went out and bought, whatever, a new computer or a new TV. Sometimes that's relatable, but the little things are way more relatable to a bigger demographic. All right, what have you? I've already said that one. What is your ultimate goal with the business? What are you ranking or what are you shooting for? What are your accomplishments? And then what are your long-term goals, right? So if you are pushing for a short goal of, say, a couple customers, you can add that in and then say, but I'm really rooting and pushing and growing with my team towards diamond, double, triple ambassador, or executive, whatever it is. All right, Madeline.
No, you're fine. And we'll just pause real quick here. If you want to take a picture of this while it's up on the screen, this is something I would encourage you to elaborate really in depth on in your notes. Like take some time tonight and really go deep, like list all the reasons why you joined, list all the things you want to accomplish, whether that's making $100 in sample cash in 1 week to promoting to your dream rank to helping people do the same things as you. Like list out those things in so many details and all the different options. The same, like what is your ultimate long-term shooting, shoot for the stars goals? And here's why I say do it really intricate, because you need stuff to post for the business, for yourself, right? More than just once. And this is going to allow you to pick different pillars and different little pieces out of what makes your journey yours. So you can have different types of content to spin off. Like one of the pillars of why I love my business and why I'm doing this now is because I get to homeschool my daughter. So that's one little nugget that I can speak about. Or that I have a mini farm at my house and I've got so many mouths to feed besides my child that weekly fast bonuses help me so much with my animal expenses. Like you can really break down your story into all kinds of different little pillars for that.
Okay, Mel, will you put in the chat to tap on the microphone for audio, please?
Yeah.
There's a question in there saying that she can't hear anything. Okay, so again, to you guys, with your story, like I'm gonna put into my 2 cents. With joining before, I couldn't even afford new shoes for my kid for the school year. Like that sucks, right? That sucks. You can't freaking afford like $20 pair of shoes or $50 pair of shoes for your child. So that was another thing too that I could add into my story as well. So definitely have that piece of paper or that note in your story handy by your side. Don't let that go yet because they're going to utilize that again soon. Okay. But for right now, we are going to switch topics for a minute. And we're going to do a little bit of self-development because fueling our mind with some good stuff definitely gets our inspiration wheels moving. And we just learn a little extra, something a little extra every single time we listen into something different. She can hear now. Woohoo! Yay, Jacqueline. Do you want me to, I don't know if I can get into.
Again, if anybody's hopping on after we've started and you have not gotten the board before on with us, drop your email, just your email alone into the chat and I'll make sure to send that over to you now while we're watching this.
Are you able to switch over to the impact still? Or do you have something else lined up to listen into?
That's what I was coming over here to do, was the impact.
Okay, perfecto.
At least, was it the series that it was under where we found
I want to say it was.
Becoming a Person of Impact?
Yep.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. So if you guys still have that impact.tv package or app, you guys, there are still tons of information on there that you can go back to and listen into. So that is where we are getting some of that information and inspiration from tonight. And if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat too. We will definitely try and get to them. We are here to help. And who's excited that tonight?
Can you hear it okay?
49. Turn it up a little bit more. Still pretty low.
Hold on. Let me stop sharing and then reshare.
Hey everyone, my name is Sherry Lynn Alcala, and I am an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and author of the book, You Can Do Hard Things. I have to ask you a question. What happened to your dreams? Think back to when we were kids and we had these big, crazy, uninhibited dreams. When I was a little girl, I dreamed of being the first female president. I dreamed of being a dancer on Broadway. I dreamed of being an Olympian gymnast. And then as time happened, it's like those dreams begin to fade. We're told that we have to be practical, realistic. Our dreams need to fit inside this box, and heaven forbid we dream outside the box. There's all the norms of society we have to fit in with. I remember 6 years ago looking at my life, and I felt like I was just drifting. The days were just passing by. It was like I didn't have a purpose. I wasn't dreaming. And when I stopped and really looked at how did I get here? What happened to the little girl that dreamed these huge, big, grandiose things? I remembered being a kid in 3rd grade. It was actually my second time in 3rd grade, and I still couldn't read. I had major learning disabilities and dyslexia, and it was then that I realized I didn't fit in with the other kids. I remember when I was 11 years old, I was a competitive gymnast. I had so many dreams and aspirations of things I wanted to do, and then I had an accident and I broke my back, and those dreams were shattered. I think back to when I was in high school and that pressure to fit in, to look a certain way. All of a sudden, I was battling a 3-year eating disorder that left me feeling regretful, unworthy. And I know my story's different than yours, but I think something happens to all of us. It's called life. Life happens, and those dreams, they begin to fade. The best way I know to describe it is think of a stovetop. Everyone has like their stovetop oven, and there's those 2 burners at the front. It's the 2 burners you always use. And I don't know if you're a mom like me, but I've got to-do lists of taking my kids to school, all the extracurricular activities, the PTA, volunteering, church, all the responsibilities. None of them are bad. They're just all the things that take up my time. They're all the things right there at the front of my stovetop, right on those 2 burners. And then there's dreams, those things that you think one day I'm gonna do that, those things that are on your heart, and those get shoved back to those burners you never turn on, those burners you never use. That's what happens to our dreams. And I'm here to tell you, what if today was the day? What if today was the day you decided, I'm taking that dream off the back burner. I'm bringing it to the forefront. I'm gonna turn on the heat to that dream. What could happen? Because there's things on your heart, there's dreams you have that only you can do. How did I get from where I was 6 years ago to starting my own business that brings in multiple millions in revenue, to becoming an entrepreneur, to writing my first book? There's 4 things that I did. The first thing you have to do is you have to see it. You have to see yourself accomplishing those dreams. Visualization is dreaming with a purpose. Helen Keller said the worst thing than being blind is having sight with no vision. So I saw myself doing those things. I saw myself starting my own business, going to the top of my company, building a huge team, being a New York Times best-selling author. Now, have all of those things happen? No, but a lot of them have. But the point is, I see them happening. Every time I take a shower, I imagine, I see myself, I even speak those dreams out loud. Now, you might think that's weird. Why am I telling you that? Well, I'm a mom with an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So the shower is the only place I have a little peace and quiet. But every time I'm in there, I say those things. And you know what? Seeing them, that is the first step to them actually happening. The next thing you have to do is you have to believe it. You have to believe that you can accomplish those dreams. The battlefield of the mind has always been my greatest obstacle, and I bet some of you guys can relate. But the thing is, belief isn't something you're just born with or not. Belief is a muscle that you can work out. You can grow your belief. If you're struggling with belief, I challenge you to ask the Lord to increase your faith, to give you more belief. And whenever I struggle with belief, I look around. And I don't look around and compare myself to someone else or compare my journey to their journey, but I look around at somebody who's doing something that I want to do, and I get inspired. That girl that just wrote her first book, let that inspire you that you too can write a book. That mom that started a blog and you've been wanting to do the same thing, let that inspire you to start your blog. You see, it's not just for her, it's not just for them, it's for you too. Have the belief that you can go after those dreams. Next, you have to pray for it. You have to see it, you have to believe it, and then you have to pray for it. I know that I alone, I cannot do anything. But when I am weak, He is strong. I know that God's power, it's made perfect in my weakness. When I get to the end of me, that's when I get to the beginning of God. Prayer moves the hand of God. Pray that He would bless your dreams, that He would guide you, that He would direct your steps. The last thing that you have to do is you have to work for it. You see, I've talked about things that have to do with mindset and belief, but working for it, that's what separates the dreamers from the doers. You have to decide that you're going to put one foot in front of the other, that you are going to put in the action, that you are going to go for your dreams. You see, how did I go from struggling with learning disabilities to graduating at the top of my college class with a 4.0? I worked. I studied every single day. How did I go from being a stressed out mom with 2 little babies, a 1 and a 2-year-old, to starting my own business and building a multi-million-dollar business? I worked at it every single day. How did I go from having this dream of writing a book, even though I had no clue what the heck I was doing, to having a published book? I wrote every single day. I decided I was going to show up for my dreams. And I want you to treat your dreams like you would treat your marriage or how you would treat mothering your kids. You see, I show up for my marriage every day. I show up on the days where my husband gives me butterflies and I want to play a little Marvin Gaye. But I also show up on the days where he's on my last nerve. And if he tries to kiss me with his bad breath and prickly whiskers one more time, I might punch him. I show up as a mom on the days where my 3 kids are listening and being obedient and they make me proud to be a mom. I also show up on the days where they are all 3 simultaneously having meltdowns and I feel like I am failing at the whole mom thing. You see, I show up for what I want, not for how I feel. You have to do the same thing with your dreams. In closing, I want to tell you that you can do hard things. Those dreams that you put on the back burner, the time is now. I truly believe that you are watching this today, right now, for such a time as this. Because there are things that only you can do, dreams that only you can accomplish. And I get it. Life has happened. We all have life, and there have been some hiccups. But I have learned that oftentimes our greatest setbacks become our greatest setups. What if the position you're in, rather than being a hindrance or a disadvantage, is actually the starting line? That you are supposed to start today. See, I don't believe you're too young or you're too old. I don't believe that your best days are behind you or that you missed your chance. I believe that the time is right now, today. I want you to see it, believe it, pray for it, work for it. Because you, my friend, you can do hard things.
So I love Sherry Lynn Oncala, and I have her book, and it's really funny that Madeline actually picked Sherry Lynn Oncala because I was going to share these tonight anyway. But in the book, she has tons of fun little questions that you can fill out and really dig deeper into yourself. And I put these questions in the chat. So copy them right now. Copy those questions. Put it into your notes so that you can work on that yourself. But I'm going to read the questions, but I want you to save them. What are you most scared of failing at is the first one. What would you do if you knew you would not fail? What are some lies you believe that keep you from pursuing your dreams? Cross out those lies and write down the truths according to the word of God. And then the fourth one, sorry, choking on my own speaker. What are some ways you can replace those lies with unshakable truth? So definitely copy those because it's something to dig deeper into yourself on why you're hindering yourself from just doing the darn thing, right? Why aren't you further from where you are right now? Those are going to help you just knock down some little more barriers. And I'm going to stick it in the chat just one more time because we do have a few more people hopping on. So I'm going to stick these questions in the chat, copy them so that you can fill them out later.
Thank you. So before we go on to the next slide, I'm going to read you a little example post, but also talk about the 4 core, or some of us call it a 6 list or a KPI list, the things that we do each day for our business and how they're important to flow them together. And they all work so well together. It's kind of like we say, Thermofite X is great, but if you pair it with Skinny Brew and Super Greens, the results are even better. Like, just connecting with people is okay, but having that posting along with your connections, along with your host to post, and those full circle things really is where the magic is. It's being willing to do it all. So I want you to put yourself in the perspective of a potential that's on your page, or maybe someone who just came to your page today from host to post. They have no idea who you are, what you're about, and it's your way of building trust with them, right? So that you message them today about slimming gummies, right? Maybe you didn't get a date from them, but now they're your friend on Facebook. So you've made connection with them. They know who you are. Now they need to learn what you're about. So it's not just this random girl I connected with about slimming gummies. So they're going to get to see, because of you showing up in these ways, they're going to get to see you on your stories each day, making your coffee, loving on your Skinny Brew and how it makes you feel. And then also going into your day, more learning about you. What are those things about you? For me, it's like I have a mini farm. I love my plants. I homeschool my daughter. I do journaling in the morning and I'm really passionate about that. What are the things that make up you that they can also see throughout the day? And then you throwing in the opportunity through your posting, going back to that previous slide, it's going to give people an opportunity to feel invited without you having to send them a message too, which we're going to talk about some of the ways that we build through messaging, but it gives potential to people that maybe would have never saw themselves in the position of doing what you do, but because you showed up in an authentic way, sharing about yourself, now they can see themselves in this space doing what you do, right? Okay. So you're going to take the story that you wrote, and we're going to utilize this in 2 places. on your wall and on your stories, and we'll show you both, but I'm just going to read you a little nugget of an example, okay? So this says, hair and makeup artist who just wanted more options. I thought all I wanted to do was serve clients, be in the salon, working long hours to perform and create. Then I had my daughter and found myself trading my energy and time to perform, be spread thin, to have nothing left for my family. I found myself missing bedtimes, missing field trips, missing class parties, missing my spouse, missing being a mom. And now because I have my business, I get to create more options. I can work from my phone and create an income not defined by a 40-hour work week and still be missing out. That wasn't my dream. I wanted to make an impact while still making an income, still having time with my family. And because I said yes to starting my own business, I can. I have been able to make a successful income from my phone. If you could use extra income and learn how I've been able to have a successful income from my phone, text opportunity and then my phone number. So I'm not stating specific numbers. I'm not saying, oh, this allows me to be debt free. I'm not saying this gives me beach money, financial freedom. I'm just stating where my heart is, why I'm here, and that I'm being able to be successful. You know, successful is defined by you, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, $10,000 bonus. Let's scream it out, everybody. It can really just be the joys that are on your heart. And that's what speaks out to people, right? And then ending it with a call to action. Text something to this number, message me this. It's because a lot of the times people read it and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to like break that ice with you. And those are just some simple ways that you can keep it compliant while using the income disclosure statement as well. So take the story that you've constructed in your notes. If you need a little more time on this, you can, but you can go put it up on a post for Facebook. Use a photo of yourself. I wouldn't suggest grabbing like a clip art from Pinterest for this. Those are fun for your stories, but a personal photo on your page, find a photo that makes you feel super fun and confident, that you love with yourself. And I'm going to show you guys how to use the same exact story, what I just did, and put it in your stories on your Instagram and recycle usable content into multiple different ways. That sound good? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
So let me stop my screen share just to give you a little tidbit. Let's see. Do I need to pin my video? Spotlight for everyone. Nope, that's just pinned just for me. Okay. Did it pin for you guys too? Am I like all up here big for you guys, or is it just me? No? Okay. Let me try this again. Spotlight for everyone. There I go. That's it. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm going into Instagram. I like to use Instagram to create my stories. I think they have a lot more options. Let's see. So you just swipe on your Instagram. You can swipe over and it goes right to your story creator, or you can click the top box here and it allows you to do post, stories, and reels. So we're going to go to stories. So what I'm going to do here, this is so simple. All right, so simple. If you're someone who loves to get on apps and like create and jazz things up, more power to you, sister friend, do your strengths. I'm going to show you real simple. So from here, I'm going to swipe up and I'm going to select a photo that's in my camera roll that I like of myself. So I have this one that I did earlier today. All right, and then I can pinch it like this and it makes it a little smaller, but it also keeps some coloring in the background that already flows with the photo. If you can find backgrounds on Pinterest wallpapers, but right here it's already kind of cohesive, so I'm just going to roll with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my notes where I just constructed. Wait, can you take a few for those for me? Wait a minute. Oh, these photos, sister, you just stand in front of a window and take about 50. That's all you do. That's all you do. Okay, so then I take the same story that I wrote up in my notes, which we've encouraged all of you guys to do. It's just a little nugget about you, what you enjoy, why you're here. And I'm going to take this and split it up into about 3 to 4 sections. And you can read your own story and find little moments of pause. And I'll just show you 2 for example. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy the first section. All right, I've got it copied. I'm going to go back over into my Instagram and go into my text and then paste it. And put it right here on my slide. You see? If I want to change the colors, I can tap this. There's a little color box up here. And what I love to do is I like to hold this down and drag it, and I can pick up colors that are in my picture and change the coloring to my box to really match. Just something simple. So once I've put that one on there, I'm going to click save, which is the arrows with the line right here. I'm going to take that box away and then go for my next section in my notes. Paste it the same way, right over it. My phone will pick up the text for me. Is this making sense, or y'all like, no, I don't know what the heck you're talking about over there? Rhonda, am I flowing okay? I'm like looking at Rhonda like, is she, are we good? Yeah, okay. So then I'm just going to take the next section and paste it. I'm leaving my photo in the same spot. If you want to use different photos for every single one of these, girlfriend, do your thing. Okay, I'm just showing you simple. So once I've set all of these up and I save them, and then I go to my next one and I save it. Oh, hi, friend. Hi, I'm gonna mute that. Okay, so once I've gotten that section and I save it, I'm going to then create my other ones. And then once I'm ready to go, all of these will be ready in my camera roll, just like that. Once I've saved all of it out. So then all I have to do is do the multi-select, select all the ones I've made, post it and go. And they're ready. And then here's what's cool too, is I can use these again because I've already made them once. And it's a little snippet of my story. So imagine if you took all the ways that you love your business, all the things you plan to do, and you made one of these every single day for the next week. You would have 7 sets of different ways to explain your story, why you're here and what you're going to be doing, and then have content to be posting too. So it's really simple. You can use the fancy fun stuff or the stickers, but it's just a really simple way to put your story out there, and people are watching the stories and stuff so much clicking through those. Okay, so Amanda, do you want to take us away on this next one?
Of course I do. I am just finishing up. I'm doing my own as well. All right. So you shouldn't prejudge who needs or wants this business, because we can't be the one that determines if it's right for this one or not. We can't determine whether this customer can order one product or 10 just because we can't order 0, or maybe we can order 10, but we think this one can only order 5, right? So we can't prejudge on who needs it the most. But what we can do is we can ask, and we can offer the opportunity, we can offer the products. It is always a no if we don't ask. So by asking, you are going to be seeing results, and you're going to hear no. You definitely are going to hear no. You're going to hear maybe, you're going to hear probably, I don't think so, it's a scam. But you know what you have your hands on. This is legit. We get a 1099. We build a business by being askers. So your job is to ask and then count everyone in. Again, you guys, we can't prejudge. We can't determine if Sally down the street who drives a Porsche, right, wouldn't want some extra income. We can't determine if a doctor is completely tired of all the surgeries that he does and wouldn't want to benefit from some of our products. We can't prejudge that somebody in the universe doesn't want our products. There are people out there that want our products. We just have to be the asker. So count every person in. And the next time you're out and about, look around you, right? Are you driving down the street? Do you see 5 cars? How many people are you passing? Count. Because I guarantee you, if you look at your chart and be like, okay, I want to grow my team and I need about 5 positions, go outside. Do you have 5 neighbors? Start conversations. Do we have 5 friends on Facebook? Start conversations. Do we have 5 friends that are at the grocery store next to us? Start conversations, you guys. It's all it takes is just asking. So if it's not up to us, if they say, it's not up to us if they say yes or no, but it is up to us if we ask. So again, like it said before, the answer will always be no if we don't ask. Okay, I'm next. Ready for the next one? I feel like I'm like talking really fast. So who to ask? Like I said, you guys, anybody, don't prejudge. If you're out in the store, look around. If you're driving, look around. When you're going and paying bills, look around. And you're at the nail salon, look around. The hairstylist, the mall, the grocery store, getting milk, right? That's like the only place that I've been in the last 9 months is the grocery store. But the best thing that I see is that my drive to the grocery store is about 20 minutes. I pass at least 50 to 75 cars. If I go to Walmart, I'm passing way more people in the store than I am in the grocery store. But that's the point, right? There's so many people around us, and 9 times out of 10, I know nobody in those stores. So if I make a fool of myself or if I mess up, I'm really not going to care because they don't know me. So it's okay. Just be you.
And just to share a little bit, you guys, I didn't share my story before I came on, and I am in this business because someone said to me, do you want to just use the products, or do you want to use the products and make some money and get some free products too? So if it wasn't for someone giving that second offer to me trying the products, I would have just been a customer, and here I am 5, almost 6 years later. So it's those little bitty extra things. You know, we can all do the bare bones minimum. We can wait for people to come to us. But what I find is when I'm intentionally putting myself in the position to gain business, gain influence, and make connections, that's where I see the growth in my business. So you've put these stories in your stories that you're making. If you haven't, you're going to. Tomorrow morning, you can swipe up and see all the people who viewed your story. Those are great people. I mean, you got 4 slides. If you notice they watched all 4 of your slides, reach out to them. Hey, I noticed you watched my story slides last night about my business. Would you like more information about that? The people who do host a post for you. Thank you so much for posting for me about the gummies. Have you thought about ways to make extra income? I'd love to share with you what I do. The people who you're talking to about products before their order goes in, make sure you're giving that next question, because you never know what someone's going to say, and we don't want to hold back something from someone they really, really could benefit from. All right, so everyone should have their bliss boards. If you don't, you can pop your email in the chat, and we're going to go through these for you. So inside your bliss board, this is a really cool tool. Me and Amanda have kind of collaborated together on the way I bring up the business, the way Amanda brings up the business, and then you can go in and add your own flair. So if you open up the board, let's see, the opportunity training, there is message to ask. The first one is mine. And you can go in here and make this your own. Don't use it as it is because it's just a template, but I'm adding in there parts of my why to be able to homeschool my daughter, being able to go from being a full-time stylist to now doing this full-time. Amanda adds her own spin in there. So these are just 2 examples. You don't have to use what we use, but if you want to use them as a basis, they're here for you. So now we're going into a task. We're going to message the people who have hosted a post for you in the last 4 weeks. And it's already in your board for you that says message after host a post. So let's just take 10 minutes. I'll set a timer and we can go through and send out those messages. And I'll get us some tunes so it's not so quiet.
Harleen, Madeline will get you added too, just in case if you didn't see it, Madeline.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, Metro Atlanta moms, the Titans Tots and Teens Consignment Sale returns to the Georgia International Sports Park March 6th through 13th. Shop 30,000 square feet of kids' clothes, toys, books, games, baby equipment, maternity and teen apparel, furniture, decor, and so much more. You can read more info or visit tttsale.com for seller info from entry info and COVID safety protocols. That's tttsale.com.
The board is called the Hood Training. And Amy, if you just want to drop your email again, I'll make sure.
The bed in this hotel looks amazing.
And it comes with that view.
When you're ready for your next vacation, it's easy to save 10% or more with mobile-only prices at Booking.com. Just grab your phone and your favorite person and start searching for your perfect place to stay. So where are you dreaming of? Wherever you want to go, you'll find just the place for you at a price that feels amazing. You can always find a great deal with mobile-only prices at Booking.com. Terms and conditions apply. Available on selected properties.
We have one more email in the comments too. We will get it sent out to you as well.
That's just hanging out with you?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
That was our Tim. Okay. Good job, everybody. It's amazing what you can get done in such a short amount of time. Okay, so we've also equipped you in the boards with a walkthrough on how to talk about the distributor option and what that includes. This is really, really basic stuff here. Please feel free to utilize the scripts that are in here, but make them more jazzed up to you. Add some spin on it like you're talking to your best friend. Put some fun emojis in there. Answer any questions, obviously, that they have. But this lays it all out for you. And the kit cost that's in here is the $99 kit cost. So anyone you're having conversations with, make sure you adjust that for this evening, or just let them know I've got a special going on tonight where you can get your sign up. But something interesting as well that we've added in here for you, I won't read through all of this for time's sake, but if someone does not have the funds to sign up right away, I know everyone has their own way that they like to build business, but something I found for me recently is I really do like sponsoring people who are willing to put in the work to pay for their kit with the sample packs. Oh wait, what'd I do? Okay, who want to pay for their kit with the sample packs, because I know for me it was hard to get the $99 to sign up, and I know people do all kinds of things to find the money to join. They sell, clothes out of their home, they do consignment, they put a bill behind if they don't have the money, but we have a program where they can pre-sell their samplers. And I've had girls join the team who really have just hustled to get that done, and it puts initiative for them, it launches their business, and they're already having conversations. So no, I'm not chasing people down to pre-sell, but if someone really wants to do the business and they don't have the $99 up front, I will help coach them on conversations to help them sell their samplers, because I've seen it to be successful for distributors in my team, for the ones who are willing to do it. Of course, if they're willing to make those phone calls, make those reach outs, I find that it does work well for them. And there's a wonderful triple diamond, her name is Tamika, who shared the boards app with us a couple of weeks ago. And she has her own training that she's made. It's like 4 to 5 minutes long about the sampler packs and what it means to sell these and how much we sell them for. So I added in this script pack for you guys how she walks through pre-selling with people. There's a folder that says pre-selling for distributors, and it walks people through making a coffee post, making a skinny tea post. And then they get people just on their Facebook who like skinny, who like tea, who need help with sleep, who like coffee, and they start having those conversations. So I'm not nervous to pre-sell when I can tell someone needs the opportunity and they're willing to put in the legwork. So what I like to do is, if someone's like, I don't have the 99 to invest today, I say, okay, I can sponsor you to pre-sell your samplers. Are you ready to get started on this now? So I put some initiative behind that, because like, if you're ready to go, I want to work with you, but like, are you ready to commit to this right now? So I do kind of put a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Firmness with that, to let them know, like, if we're going to do it, let's do it. And something interesting as well is, especially right now with it being $49, I'm letting people know, you can sell 3 of our sampler packs, and that's going to over cover the cost of you to get started tonight. But if you've got the $49 and you're just nervous to spend it, we're going to get you your sampler sold. Let's just do it. So I will give that ask again, like, if you've got it, let's just go ahead and go for it. I know you're nervous, but you're going to do just fine. But if they really don't have it, I think it's a really beautiful way that we can help people get started. So this is extended action for you. Screenshot this, and this is something that you can work through afterwards. So you want to follow back to the post you made on your page and connect with people who commented on, oh, we need to adjust this because I took that out. So ignore the first part. Connect with people you've had conversations with. If you've not loaded people into your planners, your journals, if you use the Connect app to keep up with your prospects, I like using a daily planner, and I write down everyone who I talk to. If you've not yet started jotting down your potentials and who you connect with, go ahead and start doing that. And then tonight, when you're finished, jot anyone's name down that you've connected with, and then prepare your post going into tomorrow. So the same kind of exercises that we did, you can go in and create story slides for yourself again to use tomorrow or the next day. That's when we talk about like pre-batching content. If you know that you're a really busy person, there's ways to prepare for greatness. You can pre-batch out your content in advance, so you don't have that crutch to lean on that I'm too busy to share in my stories today, right? You've already pre-made that, so it's just boom, bada bing, go. And then set a goal for yourself for tomorrow. How many new names do you want on your list? Because I think sometimes we can get to a place, especially when we're hearing trainings, well, how many people did you have to message? How many host to post did you have to get up? What were the exact numbers of what you did to get the results you got? And it's not always an exact number. So go for a goal of how many names do you want to be able to write down in your potentials list? Do you want to add 10 new potential distributors to your list? Well, who knows how many people that's going to take for you to talk to? It could be 10, it could be 20, it could be more, but it's just that place for you that you're not going to fall short on yourself if it took more than 10, if it took more than 20 people connecting, or different methods that you've got a goal in mind of how many you're going to get on your potentials list, and you're going to go for that. Just like we say, go for your 10 host to post. How many names do you want on there for tomorrow? And then that's our handy dandy presentation for you guys. And if anybody wants this PowerPoint, I have to do an edit on there because we did take something out that we didn't feel like was compliant. It was a little tricky. So we just took it out just for safe measure. So there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if you guys